It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Kitchenland USA, Advanced Car Care Center, and Smouse Brothers Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hi there. Good morning to you on Wednesday, making our way through the week, and hope you're having a good one so far. Let's do some news.
All right. Starting today, the National Guard is actively working at immigration and custom enforcement facilities in Missouri. Guard members are now working at ICE processing facilities to primarily help with administrative, clerical, and logistical issues. Specifically, the tasks includes data entry, case management, logistical support. The reason is to allow the actual ICE agents to be doing work in the field instead of behind the desk. The National Guard is authorized to help ICE through September of next year. A woman from Michigan is suing the Shepherd of the Hills after she fell down during a visit to the Playhouse Theater last year. The woman was walking down an aisle with a group being led by an employee when she fell. She's blaming the Shepherd of the Hills for negligence, citing poor lighting and an uneven floor. She says she broke her leg. She had to have surgery as a result of that fall, and she is now suing for more than $25,000 worth of damages.
All right. Popular lunch spot in Springfield has some major repairs to make because of thieves. Would-be thieves ripped down a wall at the sub shop that's located at Glenstone and Seminole, trying to steal an ATM overnight. The thieves used a truck to try to rip out the ATM and ended up knocking down an entire wall. They did not get the ATM. They did get away.
Yeah. Police looking for them. All right. Springfield City Utilities is gearing to offer up more electricity. Work is underway on 3 new natural gas turbines at the McCartney Generating Station that will provide 150 megawatts of power. I don't know what that, I don't know how to quantify that, but that's how much it is. They can run on natural gas, fuel oil, or hydrogen, and can start producing electricity at the flip of a switch once they're done next year, especially when demand is high. So that speed will be good. CU is also adding a lot of battery storage. The money from this project is coming from the rate hikes that we told you about. A 3% increase is coming in April of 27, and then a 3.6% is coming exactly 1 year after that first one.
It is a lot of rate hikes. That is for sure.
But we're using more power, and so they're building for more power. And I mean, you were talking yesterday in Ozark, I think it was, talking about the number of new homes and apartments and condos, and then all the businesses. So I do feel like there's lots of expansion happening.
All right. Well, at least we're getting some out of it. The Ozarks, it doesn't feel like it. The Ozarks School District and Fire Department are suing the state of Missouri over a new law that caps property tax in 97 counties across the state. That law was recently passed during a special session in June to deal with funding professional sports stadiums. That was the point of the special session. The law sets a limit to how much taxes can increase in certain counties, including in Christian County. Not Greene, by the way, if you're curious. The lawsuit claims the law violates the state constitution. So we will see what the courts say about that.
All right. Drug prices could soon get lower for a lot of people on a lot of very popular medications. President Trump announced a deal late yesterday with Pfizer. Trump says that Pfizer is committed to offering its prescriptions to Medicaid at the reduced, what is called most favored nation prices. This could be anywhere between 50 and 100% lower than they are right now. The drugs will be available for direct purchase online through a website that is actually run by the federal government called Trump RX.
Of course.
All righty. All right. It's going to launch soon. I don't know when. He just said soon in the press conference. President Trump says Pfizer is also investing $70 billion in manufacturing facilities to start producing drugs here in the U.S. instead of overseas. So here's a little caveat. Under the terms of the deal, Pfizer will get a 3-year grace period that will not be subject to tariffs. if they will move their production to America.
Okay. Well, it's very strange to go to other countries and to pay a fraction of the price that we pay in the United States for drugs.
Drugs.
So,
So remember
sure.
was it in Guatemala or Honduras? Guatemala. In Guatemala, I bought boxes of ivermectin for $2.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
that was
brought
the
home a ton of it, and actually, I didn't need any of it, but I ended up giving it away to, interestingly, a friend of mine who works in the medical field who could not get it for herself, which was really wild.
well, yeah, that
But
was the thing. It wasn't you weren't allowed to use it here, but everywhere else
yeah,
they had it. Yeah.
but yeah, $2 per box. There were 12 pills per box, and so I bought as many as was allowed. But
Yep.
it's a wild thing. I mean, that's like one tiny example, I know, but it was just an interesting, like, kind of a mind bender.
Yep. And no real explanation. But all right, we told you about increased enrollment at both Missouri State University as well as Evangel University. Well, now you can add jury to the list. One program seeing big gains, especially there in students, is the new ER Physician's Assistant program at Drury. It started 2 years ago with 29 students. Now there are 107 students, so that's a lot of growth. Drury now has 2,273 students this fall, and that is up about 5%. So a lot of
Yeah.
growth in many of the major
Medical. Yeah. A
universities here.
newer. I mean, it started 2 years ago, I guess, but it's like steadily growing. So
Mhm.
that's cool.
How does this sound? The Route 66 National Historic Trail. That sounds all right. Has a good
I
ring
like
to it.
it. I like it.
Missouri U.S. Senator Eric Schmidt and others are trying to make that a thing. They want to put the iconic highway as part of the National Park Service, which I guess makes sense when you think about it. Lawmakers say that type of designation will help the states and towns along the route boost tourism dollars and preserve its history. If it happens, supporters say it could help to revitalize struggling communities along the route. And of course, Springfield is the birthplace of Route 66. It got its name here. And therefore, we have the birthplace of Route 66 Festival every year in August. We pick the hottest month of the year for that festival. So you can be
Mhm.
down on the pavement enjoying it. But next year's a big one for the route as well.
I love that story because if you drive Route 66, some of the towns are thriving. They have like little restaurants and some cute, quaint shops along the way. And then some of them are not at all. And if you consider the designation, that would also mean federal dollars could be used. And it could really just make it so much more attractive to people who like to drive through because there are a lot. I mean, I remember when we did the story on the KY3 like special, it was like a special report, long form television. But so many people were here from like Germany. I don't know why, but I kept meeting people from Germany along the route. Like they were coming for that purpose. And I just think that, you know, it could
It
be.
is interesting to me how many people travel internationally to come drive the route because they've seen
Mhm.
it. It's Americana for them. They see it in movies and they want to experience it. And I don't know what their experience is like, honestly, because a lot of it is dead. You
Yeah.
drive a lot of the route and it doesn't look like anything like you see in the movies or they would have seen in the movies. So I
Right.
think hanging on to that history, keeping the signs, the old motels that used to be there, maybe refurbishing them and at least keeping them looking good and a spot for pictures and is great. Now, you're right, it does cost money, so we'll see what happens.
Yep. Okay, Willard is going to be before a national audience on Thursday for all the wrong reasons, but national audience nonetheless. There's a TV show featuring a local murder case in a true crime series. The show is called Interrogation Raw, which by the way airs primarily on A&E. I think you can stream it on some of the other platforms, but it's featuring the double homicide case of Alexander Shute and Brianna Spruill, the
Mm.
young couple. They were shot on their porch back in November of 2020.
Yeah.
Anyway, I remember the story there on Main Street at Mill Street, and that case is going to be on the show with 2 local investigators who will be featured. So there you go.
Springfield, I think, has had more than its share of national crime stories.
Yes.
Gypsy Blanchard, obviously,
can
is
attest.
the biggest. The Stouty murder case was a big one that got national attention. I forget. There have been others, but it's weird.
The 3 missing women. I've been in
yes,
the 3 missing women one,
right,
in the Gypsy Rose Blanchard one, and the Stouty one to come. So there's like 3 just on recent memory,
Yeah, and there are more than that. I think part of it is that there's so many streaming services that are into true crime now, because people are into true crime. So there's lots of stories to tell. So if you can find an interesting one, and those 3 are certainly incredibly interesting, then they're telling those stories, and it's it's fairly inexpensive when you consider that versus scripted television, where you have to bring in actors and you got to have sets and stuff to go tell a documentary story. And people seem to like them. I do.
I think it would be more fun, though, to do a story on Route 66. So, there we go. We could do that too.
I'm sure that's out there somewhere.
Yeah, it is. I think maybe we took part in it. So, all right. I think that's it. Anything else that you'd like to say, sir?
No, that'll do it. Have a fantastic Wednesday.
Yeah. Lots of content right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Check out the events page for all the local things going on. We'll highlight some of them as the weekend draws near. And don't forget also the contest page, where you can win a signed Dante Hall jersey from the Chiefs. All thanks to our Ozarks Kingdom Country contest. So make sure you get registered at aroundtheozarks.com. Until then, we will see you back here tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Bye-bye.